Good evening. This is something different. Now, obviously, with the whole phenomenon with Squid Game, which is out on Netflix, I just thought we'll just have a little bit of fun with this today. We got Jordan, we got Steve. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, mate. You all right, boys?
All doing good, doing good. We got to Nath as well. I know I believe he's at work still, so I mean, if you can make it at any point, feel free. Don't worry if you can't, bro. So yeah,
Can't get the staff.
Steve, this is why we had to have you on. The banter is going to be unreal. Banter is going to be unreal. Let's just address the comments first. You're going to see a lot of popcorn. So I've kind of coined this whole popcorn gang, and it's predominantly just to take the mick out of other teams. So when the other teams are struggling, I've just got my bag of popcorn there. Jordan thinks it's never ending. To be fair. And so, good evening, Rob, and also Jay. We got for coming through. Yo, well, feel free if you got the link, jump in if you can, bro. So yeah, Squid Game. Now Steve hasn't seen it, but he didn't mind still coming on, which I do appreciate. But before we actually start whistling this down, Steve, talk to us about Palace, particularly Saturday.
I mean, aside of the result, we are the biggest club in the Premier League. We are massive. You know, we outshine any team. I mean, you know, Gary Neville's talking about Crystal Palace. I don't know if you saw that. So we're in his head. We are in his head, mate. That's how good we are. So if the pundits are talking about us, I'm sure as hell the managers and the other teams are standing up and looking at us. I see a couple of Brighton nonces turn around and say that we are Brighton of last season. Yeah, all right, mate. We outplayed them, and they know it, and they
definitely know it.
They've got a team with two players in it that pounce. Yeah, we let it bounce. They like that, but they pounce, and that's unacceptable, mate. So, I'm not worried about Brighton. They've started their slippery slope down the league. Man City destroyed them, Liverpool destroyed them, and they've got some hard games coming up. We've got an easier run in after Man City. Can we match Man City? I feel that we can cause them problems, but I think it could be the inevitable, but it will be close. It'll be a lot closer than Brighton will be, that's for sure. Evening, boys.
Hello, guys. How you going?
But overall, I've never been so frustrated to have. I've never seen a Palace side have 75% possession and just not put them away. But we didn't lose. There is a positive spin to that. It's another point in the bag. 9 points after 9 games, keeping up our average of a point a game. But played everyone bar Newcastle in the top 10. So I'm okay with it. Marginally frustrated, but we move on to the next game. And there was two other big pluses. Benteke, we played brilliantly, and the emergence of Elise finally in the red and blue was unreal.
So good. Rob, before we actually start the Squid Game itself, thoughts on Palace so far? And thanks for even wanting to come on.
Man. Yeah, of course, man. But I've been watching the streams quite a lot and wanted to jump in, say hello, talk a bit about Palace. It's been a great season, like so far, I think, compared to where we've been years before. I will admit I was a casual fan before 2019. Really, I had family support Palace, obviously, so I came up like once a year, and that was about it. But I didn't have Sky Sports, so I didn't really follow the Prem. But since lockdown and when they were doing games like every day, I really started following it, got really into Palace. And now, like this season, I've been up to like 4 or 5 games now, so it's great. I think Vieira has done amazingly with creating a new culture in the team. Like, obviously we had Roy, and I won't say a bad word about Roy because he kept us in the Premier League, but he played very boring football, and we have to acknowledge that. And it was what we needed at the time. But now we've got someone who actually wants to play attacking football, wants to make us a competitive side, the sky's the limit for us.
Absolutely.
I'll just cut in, boys. Sorry, if any of you follow me or don't follow me or have offended you or upset you, I apologise for my conduct.
That's your disclaimer every stream, now, isn't it?
Mate, it's the truth. I'm a wind-up merchant. It is what it is. But like, it's nothing personal if I've offended anyone, unless it's Liverpool or Leeds who I'd like to offend on purpose.
Steve, nobody's more butthurt at the moment than Newcastle fans. Trust me, they have been on our social medias like you would not believe.
And we're gonna have with Fabio at 9 o'clock. Oh man, let's get into it. Actually, this is actually a good question.
It's a great question. That we won't is the answer, because for some weird reason, I don't know how Luca manages it. Under every manager that has managed Palace in his tenure, he's got their nudes. It should be virtually impossible, but the guy must have it, because the guy is injured or badly out of form, and it doesn't matter what the guy does. You know, I think he's hit. It's 73 times on the trot, the first man on a corner, and he still gets in the side. It's just, I don't get it. I really don't. He's fucking useless. And Will Hughes.
I saw someone on Twitter the other day had a team sheet up that had Hughes and Maka in as two defending mids with Connor as the 10. And I thought if we're gonna switch up a little bit, play a little bit more defensively, then that if we could have Hughes and Maka in as that defensive role, that might give us a bit more stability at the back.
Yeah, and it'll give us a bit better on the ball going forward too.
Yeah,
that's Lucas a passenger.
I mean, let's take a second just to talk about Jimmy Mack at 34. The guy's engine is phenomenal. Work rate. He's running just as much as Gallagher is in terms of the distance. It's just, how's the guy doing it? I don't know, but long may that continue.
£6 million, gentlemen. £6 million.
Dougie Freeman does it again.
Not even a Dougie Freeman signing, Rich. That's the mad thing. This was Parish, Neil Warnock.
It was Parish, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, it was Neil Warnock's era, the second era. No relation, by the way. No relation, by the way. Let me stress that very clearly. I have no relatives in Yorkshire. Liverpool, yes. Yorkshire, no.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe anything.
Your dad is called Neil. It's the N effect.
Actually, my dad's called Patrick, but sit on that.
Your dad's Patrick Vieira.
Mate,
I wish he was.
Let's get into this. Rob, have you seen Squid Game, by the way?
I've seen the first episode, so I can go off that.
All right, we're going to do our best not to spoil this. So let me just share this. So this is the first team squad. And as you can see, there are 6 games. Let me just scroll up. So you got red light, green light. I'm not explain what each game is. Honeycomb game, tug of war, marbles, glass bridge, and final game is called Squid Game. Now the premise of this, for when you eventually watch it, Steve, it's just giving people who kind of they don't value life or they've done bad things an opportunity to kind of change their ways. But it's kind of like a lose-lose situation in my eyes personally, because as you go along the game, there's an opportunity. Actually, I don't even want to say it. Let me say it. I'm going to end up spoiling it. But basically, I had to put a spoiler alert in the tweet where basically we're going to go through our first team squad and see how they will fare in each game. And obviously, if they get through to the next round, we'll just continue with the players that get through, because some players may not get past the first game. Now, the first game is, and hopefully this works when I do this.
Green light. Red light.
Now, so in this game, There's it's a massive doll, and kind of like What's the Time, Mr. Wolf. I don't know if you've played that game in school.
Yeah, that's
Big
what I
man,
thought this
that
was.
game.
Yeah. So when the doll turns around, if you move, you're out. And obviously when it turns back to face the tree, that's when you can go basically. So, which one of our first team squad are smart enough to get past and get through to the next round? So I've got everyone, including Banks, Rob Street, sorry, Banks, and Jez is somewhere here as well, I believe. There he is. And such. So
That's
that's
Mateta.
Mateta, sorry. You know, it's so
Isn't that
small.
Jez in between the two of them?
Left.
There he is. There's Jez.
No, here you go.
There's Jez.
Plastic.
I don't see Yak though.
It's, no,
we
you
just
don't,
straight away say that Mateta doesn't pass the first test.
Mateta's already out.
Straight away. Yeah, he's already out. We haven't even started yet, and he's
Cool.
out.
I can agree with that. You know what it is? It's really small. Because I'm sharing the screen, it's really tiny on my other screen now, which is a bit mad. So let's start with VG. How does he get on?
I think he makes it. I think Guaita makes it all the way. I think he's that like old number one guy who's just like really enjoying it the whole time, and no one else wants him to win. No one else wants him to start in games apparently. But, like he still makes it on the team sheet every single week. So I think Guaita, he's through for sure.
But I just feel like, actually, you know what? This game he might be all right with. Yeah, I think the next game he may not. He's definitely struggling in the next game. What's that, Jordan?
Well, we're saying if we think VG is good.
Yeah, would he get through it?
Yeah, Donny's like 001, if you know what I'm saying. That's him.
Cool. Anyone disagree?
Nope.
Lovely. Safely through to the next round. Butland. Anyone?
I don't know
He
what to
would
think
dash
about
someone down in front of him.
I think Butland's very well. Butland needs to be in front of Gaeta.
What, to guide him all the way to the end?
No, so he can just catch things.
Are you saying we need to have two keepers in the net at one time?
Well, it looks like it, don't it?
And just start playing two keepers, yeah.
The way that we're conceding goals, we could do it putting two bloody keepers in the back of the bloody net, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, maybe in the 90th minute we'll just sub off like Anderson for Butland and then just have them both sitting in goal.
No. Sub off Luca. Never ever sub a defender. Always sub a passenger centre midfielder, which is Luka Milivojevic.
If it wasn't for Gaeta thinking that he was an actual boxer rather than a footballer, it might be all right. Because the guy's always punching it. That's all he does.
He loves it. He loves his punch, does Guaita.
Punch it to an opposing player. It's the best thing.
Maybe Jason Punch can give him a few lessons.
Yeah.
Remy Matthews.
Who?
I think you've got your answer there, Rich.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
No, seriously, who?
If you've seen that Sunderland clip, yeah, you know he's not making through that. He's not making it through.
No, but listen, playing for Sunderland is a whole different kettle of fish because that's a disaster of a football club. But yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
You know, let me just move Mateta right next to him because he's not making it either. So
The recruitment team, they sat there and the question that went around the recruitment team was, right, we need to find a third keeper. Right. Are there any mugs out there that will come and sign for us, knowing full well they'll never play? Oh, Remy Matthews. Sign here, mate.
What's the criteria? You have to be equally or even more shit than Wayne Hennessy. Oh, there we go. Remy Matthews.
it's true. Ferguson can't even get started.
Yeah,
That's quality.
that man's
There's a debate here.
Wickham, I'm telling you.
Mateta's a ghost, of course.
Ferguson boys. I don't know if you knew this, but I've got a bit of in the know knowledge with Ferguson, and he knows how to basically destroy himself and get injured constantly because he's been learning off of Koch and Llorente at Leeds because they're always injured. Made of glass. He's made of glass. We'll never see him play, boys. We will never see him play in the red and blue.
So basically, he was a free transfer, Johnny Williams. That's brilliant.
Pretty much. The guy, so far, Nathan, Ferguson has been injured, come back, trained, got injured in training 3 times now. 3 times. We will never see that guy.
Thank God we didn't pay money for him, because bear in mind we have paid money for Connor Wickham. So just bear that in mind. But I get the feeling that our so-called sports doctor is responsible, because when he was at Liverpool, they had significant injuries. This Dr. Zaf brother, it's a bit convenient that the minute he comes, injuries start dropping out like flies. But I don't know.
Martin Kelly.
That's a good one.
Martin Kelly for me.
Does he still
He's part of the
play for it?
furniture. Yep.
I thought he left in the summer. Shit,
Nope.
man.
No, he's still there. Why do I feel like he's like
Martin Kelly knew that his contract was finishing, and 6 months before it was finishing, he pinned Hodgson down and went in dry, and Hodgson gave him a new contract.
Oh Christ!
It's got to be the only tangible reason as to how he got a new contract. Anything else, I don't believe it.
Yeah. But he might have got a new contract, but I don't think he's getting blue red light, green light.
Cool.
Just
That's
mate.
4. That's out already. Joachim Anderson.
Oh yeah, he gets through easily.
Yeah, he's chilling.
Same with
I don't know.
Marguerite.
Does he do really well until he gets right to the end and then just makes a shitty mistake and switches off and dies right at the end?
Or tries a Cruyff turn when there's a guy coming one-on-one on him and thinks that he can beat them.
See, I would have, with what you're saying, Rob, I would have said that for Marguerite.
I think it's looking at either game, wherever it would be, it's either one of them. So I think
Do we give him a pass?
I think we'll give him a pass this time. We'll see how far he makes it.
I think Mark will get to the end and drag someone down by their shirt.
Or gift a very stupid ball to a certain French absolute prick.
Absolutely. Tompkins.
Ty's best friend, for those of you who don't know.
He'll get
Tompkins.
before the end.
He's been injured as well, hasn't he? Like constantly.
Yeah, so he ain't making
It
it.
seems like he plays like a match and then he's injured for 6 months, and then he plays a match and he's injured for 6 months.
Tompkins warms up and gets injured.
Yeah, he ain't making it.
Mate, we've got all the injury-prone
No,
people
no.
top 6. Look at that. We've got Klein next.
Injury FC. Injury FC.
So that means Kleiny's not making either then.
Nope.
No.
The Nathaniel Klein before he left would make it, but this Nathaniel Klein ain't got a prayer.
Who are you moving on to now?
I think he, on the way onto the training pitch, he collided with Nathan Ferguson. That's how he got injured.
They started beefing over the right back spot and both got injured.
And somehow Joe Ward walked by and went, "Cool, my position is not under threat."
And just glided past them through to the next round.
Joe Ward, League 2 defender at best.
Even though Joe Ward's as slow as a bus.
Can't find another Palace player to save his life.
He's just there for vibes at this point. Testimonial, I think, in next year, isn't it?
It must be.
Yeah,
Well, it's
10
like because it's him and Wilf who are left over from 2012 with the promotion side, wasn't it?
2013, yeah.
In the last 4 games, Ward has found a fellow player once, and that was the pass against Leicester where he put Gallagher through. Other than that, it's just don't even look up. It's just boot the bloody thing and hope it gets to someone, and it gets nowhere near.
He's still got Pulis and Hodgson football bred into him, so unfortunately he won't be here for the Vieira revolution much longer.
No, he won't. He might even struggle to get further in this, to be honest. But I put both fullbacks. I put both fullbacks in.
Tarek would easily get through.
Yeah, Tyler got him for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Reece Hannon.
Who?
Gyro.
No, I know who he is. You'd like to think so.
I want to
Do
say Gyro.
you know what? Reece
He got-
Hannon's a
he
weird
got
one
player of the
because
season, didn't
I've got quite a few people that have put me down on my opinion on him. I actually rate him. He's got a good engine. He's got a good pass in him. He's relatively quick. Yeah, he's never going to be above Mitchell, but for me, he's a decent enough backup.
Nippon. Oh my God.
Steve, if you ever hear the name Nippon, it's a Chelsea fan who has twice
Think
come on
about
the
slow
show,
Wi-Fi.
and his Wi-Fi has just been dog's bollocks.
That was like on the tube or
No,
something.
Rich, not dog's bollocks, dog shit. There's a big difference between the dog's bollocks and dog shit.
And to be fair, the comment section.
Got a new puppy. She's been a little minx biting my ankle.
Ah,
So I've just moved it out of the way because I'd rather hold her than be bitten. So it's a lot less painful.
absolutely, absolutely.
So, does Hannam get in?
Yeah,
Sure.
Gyro.
I actually really rate Gyro, and like I feel like people don't.
I
give
rate him as well.
I
give
rate
the
him,
respect.
but the fact that he gets so much hate on social media shows you that people don't actually watch him. They just assume that because he came from Ajax, he was going to be this amazing player. Mate, he had to contend with Roy Hodgson after Frank de Boer rightly got the kick out the door. Like, trust me.
Yeah.
If anything, half our players have gone backwards under Hodgson in the last year and a half. But yeah, Gyro makes it through to not be here all night. Yeah, Gyro makes it through.
The worrying thing about Gyro, Nathan, is just going off piece from what we're doing, is the bloke ain't been in the squad in the last 2 games. He's not even made the bench.
True.
He does that a lot, though. That's the thing. Like, the thing is, you won't see him for 2-3 months, Steve. And then he'll just come out of nowhere and smack an absolute banger like he did away at Newcastle last season.
He scored a banger away against Fulham as well. I remember like watching that.
Yeah, but
He's not in the soccer.
Rob, scoring against Fulham is light work. I mean, for God's sake, Jeffrey Schlupp does it every single time they come up to the Premier League.
Yeah, but it's just
Well,
like scoring against Fulham and then send them back down.
It does worry me. January worries me with Riedewald. I think we could let him go. I honestly think we ain't keeping that guy. I'll rate him, but I think we're going to make a mistake there.
I don't think so, you know, because like
third choice DM by now.
it sounds like he's happy here though. Like if he wasn't happy, you'd understand him wanting to go, but he doesn't strike me as a player that wants to physically leave. But we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I hope he gets more minutes, him or Hughes, to be honest.
Anybody but Luka Milivojevic, for the love of God.
Definitely. Jez, how does Jez fare? Because he's rapid.
He is rapid, but
Who?
what's his stopping like?
Raksaki.
Yeah.
Because this is a game of stopping.
We need to start playing the boy. We need to start playing him, otherwise Liverpool might nick him.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really quick, but would he stop in time? His pace might be his downfall.
Yeah, he's going to be able to stop quickly. You know what I mean? I think could go either way.
I think he's got it personally.
Say again, Jordan.
Yeah, I think he's got it. I think he's chilling.
Yeah, come on, yeah.
We'll send him through. Jeffrey Slap. You know, sorry, I'm just sticking Eze in already. We don't even need to discuss that.
Yeah, like, if anybody was trying to say Ebbs wouldn't make it, then this is just the stream should end.
Yeah. Ebbs doesn't even run; he glides.
Can I put a case as to why Jeffrey doesn't make it?
Yeah, go ahead.
He'll pull his hamstring.
Yeah.
No, he'll pull both hamstrings, bro.
Yeah, I can't put it through. I think he'll actually pull up.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I want to put him through, but his injury record is not great.
It's so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
So bad. Does that go for Will Hughes as well then?
We haven't seen him play, so we want to see him at least play some capacity. So
I think the reason why Will Hughes isn't playing is because Vieira doesn't like albinos. I think his eyebrows disturb him. It can be the only tangible reason as to why he's not being played in my mind.
please don't tell me he's this team's Ben Watson. If you know about Ben Watson, because there's a reason why the Camberwell Skulls wasn't getting much of a look in until he sodded off to, who was it? Was it Watford or Wigan?
Wigan, he went to.
Yeah, Wigan. Wigan were taking all of our players at one point. Emerson Boyce, Moses.
Oh, bad. Steve, you're killing me.
Albino.
Well, to be fair, it was really hot in this episode, so I don't think he makes it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
Too much sunburn.
I'm going to drop Elise in. I think he makes
Yeah,
it.
no discussion. That makes it.
That man will do step overs over the eyeballs of the Donny playing red light, green light.
What's your thoughts on what's your thoughts on Balassi's song being adopted for Elise?
Love it.
I think it's too early, personally.
I would have liked for him to have his own song, to be fair.
Yeah, I think it's
that
too
might
early
come
to
in
inherit
time.
something like that.
Yeah, I mean we've got all the innovation and invention in the world as a fan base in terms of songs, but like imagine just supporting a club like Brighton with only one song and singing it like you're a bunch of retards.
Does anyone actually support Brighton?
Anybody that supports Brighton is also a Chelsea fan because the two of them only sing one bloody song every single bloody weekend.
Although the Brighton fans are very affluent. Imagine being able to afford a Chelsea season ticket and a Brighton one as well.
That's what happens when you vote Tory.
All right, let's get through this quite quickly because we could be here forever. Coyote, I don't think
Rich's missus has just kicked him in the leg and said, "Hurry up."
Steph's watching him.
She is actually.
Rich, are you cold, Rich? I just saw you shake.
No, Wiley Kuyate does not get through. Not a prayer.
Oh, but I've got to say, you got beautiful nostrils.
Oh, thanks, man.
I put Connor in because that's standard.
That's a given.
Luca's not getting in.
Yeah, Connor makes it.
Maka makes it.
Yep.
Yep.
Where do we get to?
Maka's fucking tripping people up on his way down.
Edouard makes it, mate.
Maka's bodying anybody that gets in his way. So Yaroslav Yak, watch your back.
Christian?
Yeah, there's no way
I'm upset that he's not in this team sheet. I'm not going to lie to you.
Brother, he's never going to be a first team player. You need to just let that go in your feelings, Jordan. You know the rules.
Who's not going to be?
Yaroslav Yak. If Steve's face could paint a picture.
I mean, what was going on? I reckon Friedman did a Pardew, went out and won an absolute 24-hour bender and thought, oh, this guy looks good, and signed him.
I think that was the case for both him and Erdal Rakip. 100%.
I reckon Friedman was out with George Burley for the night. That's how it happened.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't bring up the George Burley era, for God's sake. That was bad enough at the time, let alone now.
Who's Alpha Football? Alpha Football needs to get in the bin because that is basically lambasting Benteke. No one lambasts Benteke. The man
That's
is
heresy.
Not after last game.
No chance. Benteke, in the last two games, Vieira's looked at it and he's worked out exactly how we need to play him. And
he's looking like the record signing we signed back in 2016.
Play him right and he's lethal. Play him wrong and you have 4 years of what we had under Bodgson.
Jordan's not making it because he can't finish his dinner.
Jordan can't run forward, bruv, let alone finish his dinner. Not you, Jordan. Jordan, are you?
Yeah, Jordan.
I was gonna say, poor old Jordan sitting there with his like all-in-one wardrobe behind him, thinking, "What's going on?"
Steve, you're saying that it's respect.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, my bad, Jordan. I like your wardrobe; it's beautiful.
It slides.
I was trying to defend you, mate. I was trying to defend you.
Oh,
I think you dug yourself a hole. I'm not going to lie to you.
Rob, watch where them ashes are going, mate. Don't want to burn that lovely hoodie.
Oh yeah, man. So I got an ashtray. It's cool.
Oh man, so Jordan's not making it.
Nope.
Oh, gosh.
Unfortunately.
Before we get into the other answers, Wilf.
Obviously.
Of course.
Hands down, given.
Right.
Rob Street, I feel like if he goes up the right road or the right path, he might do all right.
Depends how well can he talk? Can he walk the walk instead of talk the talk?
The thing is, he scores for fun, doesn't he? He scores for fun, but is he strong enough? Is he good enough to make it to the first team? I don't know.
Do you know what? I think with the likes of Rob Street, we kind of would. This is where the League Cup would come into great play for us if we were still in the bloody thing. We'd be able to see him in a League Cup setting. But you know what it is? Because Watford are dining out and knocking us out in that, I don't care for the League Cup. Let them have that because it's a trophy to them lot up in where is it? They're from Mordor or someplace like that, Middle Earth, Narnia.
Yeah, but
I love the job as well.
all jokes aside, I just want to be under a manager that takes the cup seriously because.
Absolutely.
You know, the quarterfinal against Watford, the tactics, the formation, the fact he didn't care what that I'm still raging to this day.
But that was Roy Hodgson, Steve. You just knew that he was going to muck it up eventually, and Pardew was the exact same. Like that FA Cup run, apart from Tottenham away, there were moments in each of the games I was like, we could lose this now because some of his subs were just baffling. So, have we ever had a manager take the cup seriously since Parish has been at the club?
Pardew took it seriously, got us to the final.
I actually put a bet on Palace winning the FA Cup a couple of days ago.
Dougie took it quite seriously when we got to the League Cup semis after we smacked up Man United at Old Trafford. And then Anthony Gardner decided to audition for Cardiff City. The bald prick. How do you score 2 own goals in two bloody second leg ties, you prick? Oh, I hate Anthony Gardner with a vengeance for that.
Nathan, can I just ask you a question? How does someone have 2 second leg ties?
Yeah, I just heard what I said there. I know, yeah.
Sorry, mate. My bad.
No, listen. If you don't trip someone up on it, it's going to get clipped anyway. So I'll take the L. Don't worry about it.
So does Street make it? Because something tells me Mateta sabotages both Street and Banks because of his finishing.
No, Mateta couldn't even sabotage himself, let alone anybody else. Don't worry about Mateta.
Yeah, no, Mateta was out before we even started. Like he doesn't have a say in this.
He even played the game.
Mate,
Mateta's offside.
Mateta will see a flag at the finish line and run towards it. He ain't stopping.
Oh God, would Street make it? I don't think so personally, but I could be wrong. What do you lot think?
I'm with you. I think it's a no on Street.
Careful. Like I think he could be the underdog for the whole thing. So he makes it through.
Jordan,
I think Banks would make it over Street personally.
Banks,
I say Banks makes it over Street because when I was watching the under 23, Street turns like a bus sometimes.
I'll say that. I'm happy
like a bus. Brilliant.
Right, so we've got through to the second round now, which is the honeycomb game. So now with this game, as you can see from the image that was just put up, each player has a honeycomb and has to carefully cut out the shape that they've been given with a needle without making it break. So this is going to require hand-eye coordination, skill, the lot.
Okay, well, firstly, Guaita's out because, let's be fair, the amount of goals he's conceding, he's just written off immediately.
Joel Ward in the bin as well.
Ward's the better of this round. He's already out.
Ward's
Guaita and Ward gone.
Mateta gone.
He didn't even make it through.
He's gone in the first round.
No, yeah, Mateta was already gone, wasn't he?
Yeah, every round I just mentioned that Mateta's just not in this at all.
Benteke,
Gyro.
I tried it myself. I'm done. I'm out.
Benteke's gone.
I've done it.
Benteke's gone because he can't even look along the line properly. He's always offside.
I think Wilford leaves his rag and he'll smash it up.
No. I think Wolf will be fine this round, but he'll definitely lose like in a later round and absolutely lose it.
He'll throw a strop like he always does.
I think he'll just go sit in the corner, take it really seriously, take it slow and steady, and just like start carving his thing and absolutely smash it.
He'll just see a portrait of James Ward-Prowse and 2-foot it.
Yeah.
I hate that guy so much.
All right, let's go through.
Yeah, but would you have him in our team, Nathan?
Over who? Luca, 100%. Over anybody else? Hell no.
Imagine how set plays though under him.
In this Vieira team, yeah, you'd take Ward-Prowse, but I'd love to just see him 2-footed in training on his first day.
By Wilf.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sneaky one there, Rich.
I'm going to stick Jack in because he's got safe hands.
We hope he's got safe hands because otherwise we'll have to dig out Speroni from wherever he is.
Gallagher all day long he goes through because the bloke's a machine and he don't stop.
Eze and Elise.
Yeah, you put him
Jimmy Mack and Elise, Eze, they all go through. Eduardo goes through.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tyreek gets through as well.
Ty gets through, yeah.
Yeah.
Banks gets through. Yeah.
Jez would definitely get through, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hand-eye coordination.
I think that's it, though.
I think Gyro doesn't make this one.
Nah, Gyro's
That's
gone.
it.
No. So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. Let's chuck in one more. Make the teams even.
OCD nonce.
Guay or Anderson, one of the two.
We'll be one of the two, yeah, I was thinking.
Anderson frees like 70-yard Gerard balls.
Yeah, we'll say that Gahey made it like so close, almost like carved his.
It was a foot race between the two of them.
And then it was in the last second his needle snapped and he was out.
And he's younger and naive, so he'll learn.
Yeah.
He pulled someone's shirt and he got done for it.
He did at Brighton. He was influenced and become a shirt lifter.
Surely Wolf makes it. Anderson will drop it.
Wait, are we not putting Will through?
No.
He'd throw a strop, remember?
Yeah.
No, I think he throws a strop later. I think he'll be fine with round 2. I think when you get like round 4, maybe Will throws a strop.
No. Wilf would throw a strop regardless. Bear in mind, we all saw what he did with Tanganga, for God's sake.
Someone would get in his head. Someone was getting his head as he's concentrating and he'll smash it.
With Wolf, if things are not going his way, he does get annoyed easily. Can you imagine? He feels like he's scratching it. It's not working.
It hits Mateta straight in the head. Bonk.
Mateta's not even there.
He's doing his thing, yeah.
It, like out of the park, and Mateta's on his way home.
Bonk.
Just gone.
Mateta's holding hella smoke tonight.
Picture of Ward-Prowse. He's a picture of Ward-Prowse. Bow, it's gone. It's done.
He carves a picture of Ward-Prowse, sees it, goes mad, and just flings it. And it cracks Mateta in the head. Smack.
All right, we're moving on. Tug of war. Tug of war. Simple game.
MacArthur wins this. He's a
So,
How are we splitting the teams then?
Oh yeah, good shout. Attackers,
Well, 5 and 5, isn't it?
No shit.
Sorry, man, I couldn't resist. Sorry. How many numbers do we want to go through on this one, Rich? Don't want to affect your OCD, mate.
5 is
Three-
fine.
3 versus 3.
5 is fine. We'll work out the logistics of the rest of it later. I don't. Oh man, Steve, you're kidding me.
Sorry,
Who said I've got OCD?
I know I'm one of those. Sorry, boys.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
We are not complaining. Yeah. So what's the team?
If you do 1v1s, that could go a bit better. I think you've got a couple more games.
Oh yeah. 1v1s.
I'm putting Eze and Elise as one as a shout straight away.
Eze versus Elise. Who wins then?
Yeah.
Gallagher versus Maka.
Oh, that'll be good. Let me just put these next to each other, so that we don't forget. So, Eze versus. So I'm going to switch them around. Look at me. Eze versus Elise. Gallagher versus Maka, wasn't it?
Street versus Jez. If Jez is still in.
Yeah, he's still there.
Jez versus Banks.
Banks. So Banks, sorry.
Yeah.
I think Edward Butland. I think that would be quite a nice one.
Yeah, Edward and Butland.
Yeah.
Which leaves Tyreek versus Anderson. All right, so
That's a murder.
First of all, unlucky Tyreek.
All right, Anderson gets through there.
Rest in peace, Tyreek Mitchell.
Yeah.
Just quickly, lads.
You had a good run.
Butland gets through against Eduardo because he's sick and tired of playing second fiddle to the man who can't catch.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. By the way, the 23s are drawing 0-0 with Wimbledon, just to give you a heads up.
Half time.
Yeah, I've got the match on my other screen.
So do we say Jack Butland?
Yeah.
Yeah, Butland. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
100%.
Or Edward, just like 23 seconds, no competition, straight out, just surprises everyone and just takes them straight out. It's not even a contest.
I mean, in fairness, he is quite hench, so it wouldn't shock me if he just whipped him.
First?
I'm putting my hat on Edward. I'm just saying.
Steve?
I'm saying Butland.
Yeah, I'm saying Butland.
Yeah. Butland.
All right.
This one's interesting. Maka versus Gallagher.
You got to remember this is round 3 at this point, and Maka is probably quite tired, and Connor can go all game.
Maka's shin splints are probably kicked him by this point, so it's probably Gallagher, isn't it?
Well, Maka could be that wily old fox, but yeah, Gallagher would win it. Yeah.
Eze versus Elise.
This is hard.
This is the tough one.
I think Elise would do it, personally.
Are we taking into account their injuries? Because we haven't seen Eze back yet, and Elise is.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
But then, would you not say that a back injury is worse than an Achilles for tug of war?
Yeah, but that's true. That's what you've got to weigh up, isn't it?
No way, because you got to
you push with your legs, isn't it?
and you've got to pull.
Yeah, you got to set your feet properly.
Yeah,
exactly. And if Eze doesn't put his
Elise, isn't it? All
leg
day
down,
long.
right?
Like if you set your feet wrong in tug of war, you're going with the bloody rope.
The thing is, the boys want to win. They don't want anything as an Achilles heel, do they?
Yeah, that's true. But
Steve, you don't miss. And there was the last one. Oh, that's it. Jez
and Banks.
Did these two have beef? Like, or was that with Rob Street? I heard something on Twitter that Jez had beef with Banks or Street. I think it was Street.
Don't believe everything you see on Twitter. Trust me.
I won't. But like, I'd heard that was a thing.
Yeah, most of his bullshit. Trust me.
I'll go Jez just because he's just a bit more sure-footed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah,
Banks
and
is quite
he's a
techie,
bit-
but I'll go with Jez. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jez is a bit taller as well, isn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jez,
Cool.
so we've hit the marbles game now. Realist and Saha for the win. He's already eliminated.
he? He's got he's got in round 2.
Realist needs to get down to Specsavers.
Now, to be fair, Realist was on another. He's probably just joined in now. He had
Don't give him excuses.
No, I was actually on the stream.
The man can see the tear maker. They can't miss it.
Moving on to marbles.
That's deep, Rich. I want to cry.
You wait till you watch it.
How does this game work? I've not got this far in the show.
So it's kind of just an old school game where they could pick whatever game they want using marbles, basically. We just need to get rid of one player, to be fair.
Jez.
Yeah, he ain't got the experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The rest of them would just outfox him.
Yeah, that's true. He's done well to get as far as he has, to be fair.
Yeah. See you later, Jez, you mug.
Nah.
Nah.
Hey.
You're a mug.
Really, so how is this possible? Basically, you know, with
So basically, Realist, what happens is each round someone's eliminated, and the more people that get eliminated, the less people you got to choose from. And now we're in a position where we've only got 4. So that's how that happens, bro.
It's like the weakest link.
Goodbye.
Someone's got to go at the end of the round.
we came to the conclusion
It's
that
time
Saha,
to go.
yeah, we came to the conclusion that Saha will throw his dummy out the pram when it came to the honeycomb game.
You'll just draw a picture of James Ward-Prowse and have a full-blown strut.
Yeah.
Now they have Ward-Prowse wallpaper and they'll look up and get vexed straight away.
All right, let's deliberately make sure Anderson doesn't win, so Luke's disappointed.
Right, next round, Anderson's gone.
Anderson's gone on the glass bridge.
Yeah,
Anderson's the new mug. Off you go, son.
mug of the week, Yoki man.
Now, this was probably the most sadistic game of the lot.
It was mad.
It was crazy. So obviously, for those who don't know, glass bridge got tiles, 2 tiles going all the way up in pairs. One's tempered and one's real.
Oh.
So you got to kind of guess which one to step on, and if you don't, you just go right through it and plummet to your death. But we need 2 to go through here. So
I feel Gallagher, the man, can't do anything wrong, so he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He breezed through it.
Mm-hmm.
Gallagher will be moonwalking on every single proper step, so he'd be fine.
Yeah. You know, like in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where they've got the guy on the bridge who's asking the riddles, and the first guy steps up.
You
he
know,
asks
this
the
is
3
a
questions
great
straight
shot.
away. That's
I feel out the other 3. It's got to be Elise, and I'll tell you why. That long ball that came to him and he pulled it down out the middle of the air in their area. For me, there's no player that I could imagine getting that and control it in that way. So it's got to be Gallagher versus Elise.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Elise will also be that guy on that singular on that certain part in that. That's Elise. It screams to me personally.
Absolutely. So we're down to the final, the last game, which is the Squid game itself. Now, this is a very complicated game in a sense where, like, the attacker is attack versus defense. The attacker has to try and make it to the other side of the field, where the defender has to try and push the attacker out the field, but the attacker has to hop on 1 foot until he passes a certain point, and then he can use 2 feet. It's all mad, but
there's only one winner, then, isn't there?
Okay, I think there is only one. I think Elise is just like he's impressed. He's not been subbed off already.
Who's attacking
He's
and
mad
who's
that he's made
defending?
it to the
though?
final minute.
that's a good point.
Last game.
Gallagher's
attacking,
defending.
who's
Elise's Gallagher's defending. Elise's attacking.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Gallagher
what if-
can defend
What if
and
it's the other way
attack.
around, though?
No, I hear that, but at the end of the day, Elise's an attacking mid.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Gallagher's
if you're talking about hopping, Gallagher will hop for like more than 90 minutes. Elise won't be able to do that.
yeah.
Not well, so far that we know of. If he starts in the next couple of games, we might be able to tell that. But yeah, I see what you're saying, Steve.
This is an interesting one, actually. Shane Pardew not there to use experience as a laser like the old boy. Good point. Can only be in the game and lose in the first round.
Ollie for life realist. The man will take you forward.
Make it to the first thing.
Ollie,
That's-
Understand the rules.
They're playing Charlton next year.
Vieira wins if he's part of this, by the way.
Well, of
Now
course he
Vieira's
does.
the guy with the suit at the beginning with the 2 cards, and he's like, "Do you want to play a game?"
You
Like,
wanna
that's
play?
Vieira.
Good shout.
He's done. Yeah.
And then he's just slapping Mateta in the face.
I bet he them slapped
With the
her
corner,
as
no.
well.
No, not slapping Mateta, bitch slapping Mateta. There's a big difference.
Wait, forehand or backhand? Which one?
Well, what do you think would actually knock some sense into Mateta to actually get himself in the team? Because
Boy.
how he's not getting minutes ahead of Ayew is beyond me.
Jordan's bringing in some extracurricular activities by the sounds of it. Sorry, John. Jordan, if he followed me, he's probably blocked me already. First 5 minutes of the show.
I know, Steve. Wait till you get on the list of Hamza, then you know you've made it on a block list.
Oh, absolutely. Can we have a whole show dedicated to Mateta?
Oh,
The
Christ.
roast of Jean-Philippe Mateta.
We can organize that. Maybe
We could do that now, man.
could do a roasting session. I'll schedule
It's
that.
already over.
Yeah, I got a few minutes spare.
We could do a little roasting session, have everyone back on, and just roast the players. Mateta, then Ayew.
No, we'd have to do like a worst ever Palace 11 and put him firmly in contention.
Yeah.
He's up there with Scott Butterflinders to start with. If you remember Butterflinders, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, you
Scott
some
Butterflinders.
surprise in there as well.
There were some terrible players back then.
Adi
Akinbaye.
Akinbaye,
I reckon
Reece
whatever that
Fonte,
team is, they still beat Brighton this year.
Thomas
Oh,
Brolin.
Yeah.
So, are we agreeing that Gallagher wins Squid Game?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe pull Elise back up here then. So, yeah, that's
Sign
it
the
then.
contract, mate.
We have
Texter,
to.
drop the team. Drop the money off at Stamford Bridge, bruv.
I feel like Rich rushed it because there wasn't a next section to put the winner in.
You know what?
You're caught slipping, boy.
It was only until we got to the final bit I was like, "Right, I've screwed up here."
And you've had time to prepare for this as well, you know.
Imagine I've had a proper 2 weeks as well. Mad.
Oh, boy.
You know what? This was fun.
What's Rob doing? Is he doing like some stretching or something?
Fam, Nippon's robbed his Wi-Fi, bruv.
Oh,
He's
man.
taking his hat off as well. Fair play. Oh my god!
There we go.
I saw myself in the camera and I thought I looked a bit ill, so I thought I'd take my hair down and like.
Rob, is that a wig underneath there?
No, man, it's real, man.
It looks
Jesus,
it, doesn't
mate.
it?
It started as a lockdown trim, and now I just don't want to get rid of it. You know what I mean?
You do realise
Lockdown trim.
Hey, you should have seen it before I got it cut, man. It was wild. I
Can
look
I
like
just cut in here? This is a special advertisement for Rob, who uses L'Oreal.
I'm
Rob,
worth
please
it,
tell
mate.
me.
I'm
Please tell
worth
me you
it.
didn't have a
He's
fight
doing
with a
the
lawnmower, bruv.
Oh.
I've got to be honest, Rob. I thought he's gone outside. He's having a cigarette. He must be cold because he's a slaphead. But where did that come from? I don't know, mate. That's like you threw some fertilizer on there and it just got out of
That wasn't a cigarette either, man.
Oh, okay, it was one of them kind of smokies.
Hey,
Okay.
it's, it's that kind of night. We're doing Squid Game. That's how it is.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh man, Steve, we've got to jump on another stream, haven't we?
Yeah, mate. On that note,
Boys,
good
what
to
do you
see
make of John
mate.
Texter
Nice
ending
to meet
Newcastle?
you guys in person.
So they're gonna
Fucking
John
brilliant.
Texter single-handedly taking out Newcastle's fan base. What a man!
amazing.
What a man!
Tell me about it.
And if you don't follow me
One
already,
tweet as
Jordan,
well.
Rob, I'm not sure if you do, but it's no context humor on Twitter.
It's so funny. Please. Follow.
Yeah, I think I do. I'm anonymous on Twitter, so I'll see.
Jordan, please unblock me.
Oh,
Right,
listen,
boys.
Look,
Yeah,
you've got them
okay.
started.
Oh.
I could do with the
my
job, to be fair.
God.
Is that a baseball shirt, Nick?
No, it looks like one, but it's not actually.
Fair dues. Oh man, Rob, where could we actually find you? Like,
I'm anonymous on Twitter. I like to keep it that way just because Twitter can be really toxic sometimes.
Rob's a troll, in other words.
Yeah. I'll let you guys. I do follow you, most of you guys on Twitter. I think I'm pretty sure I do follow you as well, Steve. I'll just drop you a DM on Twitter so you know it's me.
Oh man, no nudes this time, Rob. I don't like them.
That's not me. That's not me.
you know, this was fun.
Right.
Steve,
guys.
Jordan, Rob, Nate, big up to you, man. Appreciate it.
Up the Palace, boys.
100%.
Up the Palace.
Palace boys.
Big up.
See you later, Rob.
See you later.
See you later, guys.
Later, boys.
Yeah.